They say ignorance is bliss. I say it's the calm before you find out your girlfriend's been screwing someone else while pretending to love you. Anyway, I'm 24. I live in a town that's small enough that if you sneeze on Main Street, your grandma calls you 5 minutes later to say bless you. I work construction. The job's tough but honest. You sweat, you bleed, and at the end of the day you can point at something and say, I built that. My name's Jake, by the way. Born and raised here. My truck's older than my youngest cousin, and if you don't wave at people when you pass them on the road, you'll get talked about at the diner. I had a good thing going. Simple life, nothing flashy. But I liked it that way. And then came Lila. She was from out of town, which was half the charm. Pretty, smart, with a laugh that could short-circuit a man's common sense. We met at a mutual friend's birthday barbecue. She wore this red sundress and said something sarcastic about the meat being burnt. I said, "You sound like my kind of problem." She smiled. I should have taken that as a warning shot. We started seeing each other. Casual at first. Then more serious. Mornings turned into months. She'd leave a toothbrush at my place. Then a drawer. Then one day, I came home and she'd rearranged my spice rack. That's when I knew it was real. First, I was proud to be with her. She had a way of making you feel like you were the only guy in the room. And I ate that up like barbecue on a Sunday. My buddies, especially Tyler, my best friend since we were both knee-high and covered in mosquito bites, he'd say, "Jake, she's hot, but something about her feels slippery, like she's always 3 moves ahead." I laughed it off, told him he was just paranoid. Tyler always had a protective streak, especially when it came to people getting too close. He'd seen me get burned before, but I told him this time was different. I believed that, or maybe I just wanted to. We hit the 6-month mark, then 9. Holidays with my folks. She even brought a casserole to Thanksgiving, store-bought, but I appreciated the effort. I started thinking about rings. Not because I was in a rush, but because when something feels right, you want to keep it. There were small things, sure. Moments that didn't sit right. She'd be glued to her phone a lot. Would laugh at texts she wouldn't show me. Said it was her group chat. Always the damn group chat. One night, I walked in from work early. She was on the phone. The tone shifted when she saw me. Smiles vanished. Voice dropped. She hung up fast. I asked who it was. "My cousin," she said. "Drama. You don't want to know." I let it slide. Like a damn idiot. Then one Friday Tyler called me. Said, "We need to talk." I thought maybe he needed help moving his couch again. But his voice didn't have that usual laid-back drawl. It was tight. Serious. Like he was trying not to punch something. We met up at the mechanic shop where he worked. Door closed. He didn't say much at first. Just handed me his phone. Text messages. Screenshots. Photos. And just like that, the calm was over. At first, I didn't want to believe it. I really didn't. My gut twisted. Like it was trying to warn me before my brain caught up. There she was. Lila. In a low-lit selfie with some guy I didn't recognize. Shirtless. Laying in a bed that sure as hell wasn't mine. Time-stamped from a weekend she claimed she was visiting her sister in Atlanta. Tyler didn't say a word. He didn't have to. The screenshots did all the talking. Her texts were filled with smiley faces. "Miss you already" messages. And a few pictures that made me want to take a crowbar to my own skull just to forget I ever saw them. "How long?" I finally muttered. "At least 3 months," he said. 3 months. While I was busting my ass building a deck for her parents, she was out playing house with some guy who apparently sells weed and motivational quotes on Instagram. It was rage. Pure, clean rage. The kind that doesn't explode but simmers. Simmering's worse. It means you're still thinking, planning. Explosions end. Simmering. It lingers. I thanked Tyler. Didn't even say goodbye. Just walked out. My hands were shaking. My jaw was clenched so tight I thought I'd snap a molar. When I got home, she was on the couch, scrolling through her phone like she hadn't just detonated my entire damn world. "Hey babe, you're home early," she said. "Yeah," I said. I sat across from her. Calm. Still simmering. Could have screamed. Could have thrown the phone in her face and demanded answers. But I didn't. You don't slap a mosquito, you let it land, let it think it's safe, then you crush it. How's your cousin in Atlanta? I asked. She blinked. She's good. Why? I nodded, just wondering if she knows some guy named Travis. And there it was, the flicker, that moment of realization. Her pupils tightened, her breath hitched. She fumbled, tried to recover. Who? I leaned forward. Travis. Ring a bell? Smokes weed, lifts weights, has a tattoo of a wolf howling at the moon, real original stuff. She swallowed. Hard. Jake, don't. Just. Don't. She tried to speak again, but I got up, grabbed my jacket and said, I'm not doing this right now. I'll be gone for a few days. You better not be here when I get back. I walked out, slammed the door, let the screen shake on its hinges. Later that night, I called Tyler. I'm not just gonna let this go, I said. He replied, good, let's make her wish she never played you. And that was the start. The revenge wasn't going to be loud. It wasn't going to be violent. It was going to be surgical, smart, satisfying. I didn't want to hurt her. I wanted her to watch me live better than she ever imagined, and know she was the reason she wasn't a part of it. Revenge is best served cold, sure, but I like mine methodically plated, with a garnish of, you really thought you could outsmart me. First thing I did? Took my name off the lease. The apartment was mine to begin with, but I'd added her during a weak moment. I had the paperwork to prove it. Sent it in with a written notice. She had 30 days to vacate. The timing? Couldn't be better. Her job was seasonal, some admin gig at the local event center. She'd just gone on a break from work. Second step? Social disconnection. I didn't rage post. I didn't play the victim. I just updated my socials. New profile pic. Wiped any trace of her. Posted a photo with Tyler at the gym with the caption, time to rebuild. It was subtle, just enough to get her attention, which it did. She texted, can we talk? I didn't reply. Third, financial distancing. She owed me money, not much but enough to make a point. A few $100 I'd fronted when her car broke down. I sent a Venmo request titled, for pretending to love me. It went viral in our small town. People screenshotted it. Tyler laughed so hard he almost dropped his wrench at work. But that wasn't the end. Not by a mile. I started hitting the gym harder. Bought a new set of clothes. Got my boots shined and beard trimmed. Not for her. For me. Then came the final touch. Lila had always wanted to be an influencer. Big dreams, small following. She had this local fashion blog she ran. Mediocre, but she believed it would make her famous. So Tyler and I started our own page. Blue-collar humor, duct tape tips, real-life wisdom from the workshop floor. We didn't mean for it to blow up, but it did. 2 weeks in, we had more followers than she did after a year. Brands reached out. We were getting free gear, local radio attention, and people even started calling us the Wrench Brothers. We leaned in hard. And one day, she messaged again. I'm so proud of you. I always knew you were special. I replied, yeah, but you never acted like it. Then I blocked her. She saw the new version of me. Fitter, confident, respected, in control. And she saw it from the outside looking in. I never laid a finger on her. Never said a cruel word. But I made damn sure she knew exactly what she lost. It didn't take long before her perfect little world started caving in on itself. First, she lost her apartment. Surprise, surprise. Her next move was crawling back to her sister's couch in a town she used to brag about being too small for her big dreams. Ironic. Tyler's girlfriend, who worked at the same event center, told us Lila tried to get her job back. But apparently, word gets around fast, especially when you've left under the impression you were going to make it big online. No job, no backup plan, and the influencer dream? Yeah, that tanked right after we took her audience. I didn't gloat. Not publicly. I just lived. I went on hikes. I posted good meals. I rebuilt my truck. I even ran into an old classmate, Mia, at a hardware store. She was funny, sharp, had this kind of energy that made you feel like life wasn't so heavy. We didn't date. Not yet, but we talked. A lot. And Lila? She noticed. She messaged Tyler. Asked if I was seeing someone. Tyler being Tyler, replied, someone better. She called me once. Unknown number. I answered out of curiosity. She cried. Told me she missed me. That she made a mistake. Said she felt like she was drowning. I didn't yell. Didn't curse. I just said, that's what happens when you burn your life raft. Click. I'd be lying if I said it didn't feel good. She'd cheated. Lied. Manipulated. And now, for the first time, she was feeling the weight of it all. Her Instagram went dark. People stopped talking about her blog. The world she'd built on appearances had crumbled. And all she had left was regret. Meanwhile, I was sleeping better. Laughing more. Eating without a knot in my stomach. The fall wasn't loud. It was slow, quiet, personal. And she was alone for every second of it. You know what peace looks like? It's not flashy. It's a Sunday morning where the coffee's hot, your back doesn't hurt, and nobody's lying to your face. Life got simple again. And I mean that in the best way possible. I got a promotion at work. Became crew chief on the next big development project. It meant longer hours but better pay, and hell, it felt good to lead. There's something about being trusted with responsibility that hits different after someone's shattered your trust. Like rebuilding isn't just about proving something to others. It's about proving it to yourself. Tyler and I kept the Wrench Brothers going. Started a podcast. Somehow, we became the go-to voices for dudes tired of drama and duct tape novices. A brand even flew us out to Texas for a convention. I'd never been on a plane before. First time was in boots and flannel. We cracked jokes on stage, talked about work, life, trust, and the importance of good tools and better friends. People liked it. Said we were real. Being real, that became the mission. No pretending. No fake smiles. Just truth, grit, and sawdust. And then there was Mia. It started with coffee, then hardware runs, then late-night texts about life, music, and everything in between. No pressure. No lies. Just ease. She knew about Lila. Everyone did. But she never treated me like a broken thing. Just a guy who got handed some crap and kept walking. She asked good questions. She listened. She laughed at my stupid jokes. One night, we sat on my porch watching a summer storm roll in. She sipped her drink, looked at me and said, "You don't talk about her much." "I've said everything I needed to," I replied. That's when I realized something. Healing isn't loud. It's quiet. Creeps in during those soft, boring moments when you're not trying so hard. I started volunteering weekends with a local rebuild crew, fixing up old homes for vets. I liked it. Swinging a hammer for someone who actually needed it made every hour worth it. And they respected the work. No games. No manipulation. Just people trying to get their lives back on track. Same as me. I even reconnected with my dad more. We weren't exactly close for a few years. Work, distance, stubborn pride. But we started fishing again. He said, "You've grown up more in a year than I did in 5. As for Lila, haven't heard from her in a long time. Last I checked, she moved to a new city. Tried to restart her brand. Doesn't seem to be working. New followers don't erase old mistakes. You can't hashtag your way out of consequence." She thought she broke me, and maybe for a minute she did. But I came out the other side stronger, sharper, and a hell of a lot wiser. Funny thing is, I don't even hate her anymore. I just don't care. And that's the win. So here's to her. Thanks for the lesson. You were a storm, but I learned how to build in the rain. I look in the mirror now, and I don't see a victim. I see a guy who got knocked down and didn't just get back up. He rebuilt himself into something better. And the best part? I did it on my own terms. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for my Chanel.